Hello, Hello everyone. I'm Aanchal Mehta from PGPM 2426 batch, and as part of the IEP assignment, today I'm going to talk about India's rising corporate debt and credit market fragility. India's economic rise has been powered by robust investment, rapid industrial growth, and expanding credit markets. However, an underlying risk still threatens to destabilize this progress, which is the rising corporate debt and a fragile credit market. While credit expansion is necessary for growth, unchecked borrowing and weak financial oversight have led to an alarming buildup of liabilities. India's financial sector, which has played a critical role in the nation's economic expansion, is increasingly vulnerable to these risks of excessive corporate borrowing. The rising corporate debt burden is not just a sectoral concern, but a challenge with far reaching economic implications. An increase in corporate defaults leads to a surge in NPAs in both the banks and NBFCs, which restricts their ability to extend new credit to productive sectors. Many Indian firms rely on external commercial borrowings, making them highly sensitive to fluctuations in global interest rates. As the US Federal Reserve continues its policy of monetary tightening, the cost of servicing dollar denominated debt is increasing, putting pressure on corporate profitability and liquidity. Furthermore, the threat of capital flight, where foreign investors pull out funds due to financial instability, looms large, leading to currency depreciation and higher import costs, further exacerbating the inflationary pressures. History also serves a stark reminder of the perils of unchecked debt expansion. Be it the 97 Asian financial crisis, which exposed the dangers of excessive reliance on foreign debt as several economies crumbled under the weight of unsustainable liabilities, or the 2008 global financial crisis, which further reinforced the necessity of prudent debt management as over-leveraged institutions and a weak regulatory framework triggered a global economic meltdown. These past experiences highlight that economic resilience depends on sound financial regulation and responsible credit practices. We can tackle these by implementing structural reforms, but these do not come without any challenges. The financial sector is often resistant to regulatory changes due to the associated compliance costs and short-term disruptions. Additionally, India's corporate bond market remains underdeveloped, making it difficult for businesses to access alternative funding resources beyond traditional bank routes. Political and fiscal constraints further complicate the government's ability to reduce its own borrowing as fiscal discipline often demands tough policy choices such as subsidies rationalization and privatization of non-strategic public sector. Addressing these challenges requires a multi-pronged approach that balances financial stability with economic growth imperatives. To tackle these issues, a phased strategy is required to mitigate the risk and build a sustainable financial ecosystem. The first step would be to strengthen India's corporate bond market through tax incentives for investors and stricter disclosure norms to enhance transparency. This will encourage both retail and institutional participation. Then we can also enhance the regulatory oversight on NBFCs to ensure a robust asset quality norms and stress testing mechanism to preempt financial shocks. Finally, incentivizing corporate debt restructuring should also be prioritized, and tax benefits should be offered to firms that reduce their debt exposure by shifting to equity-based financing. These steps, if implemented effectively, will fortify India's financial sector against external shocks and domestic vulnerabilities. Thank you.